Today's episode is Money Reapers. Those 10 things that will steal and kill your money. Like the Grim Reaper you heard about that takes souls and kills souls. Well, the Money Reaper will kill your money. Let's watch. Cars. So what's the problem with that? Why is a car a money reaper? Well, maybe it is, and maybe it isn't. Ask yourself this one question. Can you afford it? Can you afford it? Simple as that. You have to look at your total debt picture and see if this car, maybe the car of your dreams, is in your affordability range. Let me give you an example of how it could be a money reaper. Well, let's say you make $100,000 a year. And let's say you see this car for $50,000. Well, that's half of your annual income. That could be a problem. Depending on your other debt, you have a mortgage, you have student loan, you have other debt, credit card debt. So spending $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 on up, I've seen it, folks. A month is a wallet killer, a purse killer. It's a money killer. So it depends. Okay, so with cars, do I buy a new car? Do I buy a used car? Do I lease a car? Well, I know there's a camp out there that says all leases are bad. I'm not willing to go as far as to say all leases are bad. However, many of them can tie you up, and it's not what you expect. And so you want to see if this car will take you down and do, okay, I'm going to mention it, the B word, budget. Is it in your budget to do so? Are you going to be strapped, stressed out over this monthly payment that you make for your dream car? You got to ask yourself, is this the right decision for me? And you should make an objective one and not an emotional one. So it's important that you do the numbers. Run the numbers. What will the maintenance cost? The insurance? Yes, the insurance, folks. And so what is the total bill at the end of the month for this car? Do you have, again, other more essential items to purchase or that you're indebted to already? You know, do you have enough for the rent, for food, to live and not be stressed out? So cars, you really need to run the numbers and think about it. 50% of your annual income is probably a bit too much. So it's house buying time. Now, maybe it's not house buying time for you. Maybe not. Let's talk about it. Do you have in your budget the ability to put a down payment, perhaps a large down payment on your home? And did you consider that, are you going to be planted in this particular neighborhood or any neighborhood for any long period of time? Because if you're going to hop around, it make sense to rent for the time being. That's what I did. I rented until I decided to plant my feet down in a particular area, job-wise, family-wise, etc. So you want to ask yourself that, are you ready, willing, and able to make this long-term commitment? True, you can sell the house at some point, but if you're going to stay in a place, in an area for 6 months, a year, 2 years even, it may not make the best sense. So decide what's best for you. So let's say you decided. How much should you spend? Well, you shouldn't be paying more than 28% on a mortgage of your gross monthly income. That's right. Any more than that, now this is just a rule of thumb. Perhaps you could pay a little bit more. You could definitely pay less. However, you don't want to go bankrupt and stressed out trying to make this monthly payment. And just keep in mind what a house brings. There's utilities, that's right, on top of the mortgage payment. Insurance, that's right. And cost of maintenance and repair. you have to factor that in. The miscellaneous cost is what can kill your wallet and your purse. That money reaper is standing by the bushes waiting to whack you. So you need to make sure you're not off with your numbers, that you feel comfortable and you have a plan of action in place. So let's talk about the 35% rule. Well, your total monthly debt should not be more, your total monthly debt of your pre-tax income should not be more than 35%. So for example, let's say you make $10,000 a month. Well, according to this rule, 35% should represent the maximum of your total debt picture. Okay? So this is like a margin of safety. Margin of safety. That's right. So in case Murphy's Law kicks in, which it will, something's going to break down, you can count on it. And so let's talk about the 45% model. Well, this is using after-tax income. So based on our same numbers, let's say your after-tax gross income is $8,000 a month. So you take $8,000 times 45%, which is $3,600 a month. So now you have a range here, $3,500 to $3,600. So somewhere in that gives you some play, some wiggle room. Now that's what you should have. It shouldn't be more than that. So again, to give you a margin of safety in case something goes wrong, like the plumbing, electrical, the roof has leaks, electrical problem, the window falls out or something like that, the dog chews up the door or something, you gotta pay for that stuff. That's right. And especially if you have a family one day with kids and you have animals, well, you can bank on repairs to your house, okay? It's not a problem. You just have to be prepared. That's all. And so houses can be wonderful, but you have to decide, is it right for me in this stage of my life? And do I want to make that financial commitment? And remember, you may have other debt, credit card debt, student loans, or car purchases that you have to pay for, and other things. And the day of living too. You got to have money left over. You may want to go on a vacation one day. So you want to be strapped to the house that you can't afford. So just keep that in mind. Weddings. Uh-oh, I may be in trouble on this one. Well, how can a wedding be a money reaper? Do you really have to ask? Do you know how much people spend on weddings? And I'm not talking about the rich folks, the millionaires. I'm talking about the typical, average couple. So this is where you can really walk toward and get ambushed by the money reaper. So let me explain. Takes a lot of money. Takes money. Do you have the money saved up? Are you saving for it? Or are you going to throw it on 2 or 3, 4 credit cards that have 22, 24, 30% interest rates? You see where I'm going now? So how is it being financed? Are you kicking in some down payment on it? Is family kicking in? Or is it all on a loan or credit cards or a combination of the two? It's important that you work this out beforehand and not get surprised that all the vendors really want their money 6 months or a year from now. If they let you pay it off that long, many times you need the money all up front. So where's it coming from? So let's say your budget right now speaks to 40, 50 people for your wedding, but you and your significant other and mutual families want 200, 300, 400 people. Well, where's that magic money coming from? Not to be too facetious. Where does it come? I don't have a money tree. I don't know anyone has a money tree, but you need to think about it. Now, people that spend 30, 40, 50, 60,000, maybe 20, whatever the number is, doesn't matter. The fact is, can you afford it? What is the cost of love? That's what it is, cost of love. How much is too much? So does everybody have to come to your wedding? You need to think about this. Now, this can be contentious. I've been there, done that. As far as, well, if we invite cousin Lulu, cousin Jeffrey has to come too. They say, well, why is she so special and he's not? Or friend number 2 gets invited, but friend number 4 may not get invited. And perhaps you're all co-workers. How's that going to work out, going to work every day? And they're thinking, well, you invited them, but I wasn't invited. So that's why people do the easy way out. Let's invite everyone. And then we don't have to deal with that aftermath. But if you have the family and friends that should be supporting you, they should understand that you don't have an unlimited budget. Yeah, try passing that through cousin Lulu, right? So, or aunt, you know who. So, yes, people will get their feelings hurt. You can count on it. But most people have the dignity to just take it. Now, true, I've heard of some nightmares and things where people didn't take it well. They stopped talking, friendships were destroyed, that's it, cut off. So I understand, because there's an emotional aspect of this. But if you're not close to someone, I remember years ago I wasn't invited to a wedding, and I didn't expect to be because we weren't really close. Even if 1 or 2 people around us that we mutually knew hey, knock yourself out. That's fine. Not close. Now, would it be different if we were close or something? Yeah, probably. Get my feelings hurt. But we move on. We learn. We grow, and we move on. So really consider before you spend or obligate yourself for $100,000 wedding, or whatever that magic number is. Looking for that magic tree with money, that money magic tree. But anyway, just think about it. And let me end with this part. Number 1 cause of divorce. Here's the irony, right? It's money. It's one of the big ones. It's out there. Number 1 is money fights, money issues. And I do know of people getting married, spending that 20, 30, whatever, 40, 50, 60,000, whatever, throw a dart in the air with that. And then they get divorced in 1 year. Guess what? The vendor for the cake, the limousine, all the brochures, the whatever, the venue, they want their money. Don't matter if you got divorced or the marriage didn't last. Because guess what? People spend more time on planning for a wedding than planning for the marriage. You'll see a podcast and a video for that too coming up. Let's say it again, spending more money and time and energy on the wedding than planning for a successful marriage. And marrying the right person. Okay? If you don't marry the right person, I don't know what to tell you. It's over before it started. Because after that honeymoon wears off, your eyes will be open. That's a whole nother topic. So be mindful of how much you spend planning your wedding. Shopaholic. What's a shopaholic? You know what it means. You may be one of them. Maybe. Shopaholic is someone that goes out and just, on the shopping spree, just buys a bunch of stuff. I don't want to call out any particular retailers are out, but maybe shoes, maybe suits or dresses, clothes, toys, you name it. Jewelry, it can go on and on and on. There's nothing wrong with that. You say, well, I do that, yeah. But did you plan for it? I'm almost scared to say, did you budget for it? Did you budget for that? It's important. You're going to hear that B word a lot with me. Because did you factor it in? Is it 2% of your income or is it 30% of your income? Big difference. Okay? So it's important that you set aside funds for your shopping spree. That's all. It's good to have fun. Go out with friends and go from one shop to the other. But you should not destroy any prospects of you retiring the next 50 years because of it, or paying your essential debts off. And so you have to look at the big picture when you take that credit card out and going to town with it. And I would encourage you to use a debit card, comes right out of your account, that's cash, and budget for it. That's all. And so have fun. Have fun shopping. You should. Life is short. Enjoy it. Just don't destroy it. So don't let the shopaholic money reaper come get you. That's all. Well, dining out. Now you're saying, well, how could this possibly be a money reaper? Don't I deserve, after working hard all day, all week, all month, to go out with my friends for some drinks and some dining, or have a date night, significant other? Of course, you should. You should. However, you need to consider your overall goals, and is it impeding you attaining those goals? For example, let's say you spend $100 every time you go out. $100. I'm just picking that number. Could be less, could be more, but the idea is there. So let's say you go out 10 times in a month. So I know people go out more than that. I'm being conservative with a bunch of folks. Do the math. $100 times 10 is $1,000. Can you imagine? $1,000 a month. Having a good time, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Having laughing and fun times, enjoyable times. Yeah, it's good. That's $12,000 a year. And let's say in your situation, you need to buy a new car soon, or you have a purchase that's an essential purchase coming up. Have to put money down for school, or for the kids, or the mortgage, and you just have to factor that in. So dining out can be a money reaper for sure if used excessively. So in moderation, it's okay to cook at home. It's probably more healthier. That's a whole nother topic, health. And so, but what you don't want to do is have your future stolen over eating for today. Sometimes you have to give up today's satisfaction, gratification, for tomorrow's blessings and rewards. Okay? So maybe you need to put some of that money in an index fund, mutual fund, stock, real estate, you name it. Stuffitis. You say, what the heck is that? Is that a real word? Well, it's a concept. Stuffitis, you know. You know how people get to be hoarders? Because of stuffitis. You see one thing on TV, let's say. Call this 800 number. So get green, get blue, get brown, 3 of everything. When you go out, you need 5 of this, 2 of that. In fact, you don't need it. It's there. It's on sale. 80% sale. Let's buy it. I've done that. I'm guilty. I am guilty. Buying stuff because it's on sale. Didn't even want it. But oh wow, it's 80% off. Put it in a shopping bag, shopping cart. There it is. So just be careful of stuffitis. Is it an essential? Non-essential. Do I need it? Don't I need it? Hey, go for it if you have to. But just watch it. Gadgets. Uh-oh. I'm getting sensitive now. Do you really need that latest iteration of cell phone? I won't call anyone out now. I'm mentioning cell phone names. But do you really need, you just bought one last year, and they changed the cover or gave you a couple more apps, and it's $200, $300 from last year's model. Do you really need that new gadget or tablet, computer, whatever fancy gadget it is? I've been to those electronic expo shows. Oh my gosh, wonderful. You just want to just buy all of it. Because you say, wow, that'd be neat. Even things you're not really interested in makes you want to buy it when it's just like these robots, the iRobots that clean your floor, your carpet and stuff. And these consumer shows I love attending or watching on TV and stuff. You see all the latest things coming out. And I again, it's stuff that I didn't even think of until I saw it and say, "Wow, I gotta have one of those." And so, and a while ago when those new TVs came out, before they came out, I went with my brother to a show, OLED technology, and it was like he said, "Well, how much for that TV?" You could see through it. You literally could see through from the front to the back if someone were walking by. Okay, I'm saying, oh, that's $10,000. $10,000 for that technology, that TV? Well, we'll wait until it's more mass produced and purchased, and maybe the price will come down. Then across from that TV was another TV. I said, well, how much is that one? She was like $30,000. $30,000 for a television? You got to be kidding. Now, those are extremes. Those are extremes. You better be a millionaire on those. But you get the idea. Just be careful with that gadget, like stuffitis, that gadgetitis. Okay? So enjoy that fancy watch if you have to. Just, just come down to earth for a little bit and make sure you don't spend all the money in the bank so it won't become a money reaper. We gotta get rid of these money reapers, folks, and invest that money. Yes, we're about investing, saving, investing, and sacrificing a bit of today for a brighter future tomorrow. And that's really the point, not to just sit down and give lectures here, but to make sure you have the future you deserve, and that balance today with tomorrow. That's all. Large purchases. Uh-oh, he won't stop. Well, come on. Think about, do I need this boat today? Do I need the motorhome? Do I need the timeshare? By the way, I went to a timeshare not too long ago, and they beat you down trying to get it. That was August, not too long ago, last month. Sat in a presentation, and it was like, wow, it's really tempting. It is really tempting. You could do this, you could do that. You can control your future vacations, and you can have the much fun as possibly human. You could do this, you could do that. If you get this, it'll change your life forever. You'll be the best person. You'll conquer giants. You will climb Mount Everest. You will do this and that. The hype. You'll be a better person if you buy this. Just give me your $50,000. Just give it to me right now, and you'll be a lovely, wonderful person. So, don't buy into the hype, but live your dreams. Just live it in a measured way. I'm not saying to be frugal is the best way all the time, but it's better than spending all your money. So just be careful of those large purchases as well. Another money reaper is gambling. I'm just getting everybody today, huh? Gambling, it's okay. You know what? I gamble. I love Vegas. I love Vegas. Caesar's Palace, MGM, Luxor, and a whole lot of other ones. Bellagio. I get it. Or the Pachanga, the local ones. I go there too. Yes, I do. Confession. But what I do is I earmark a certain maximum number of funds to gamble with. And once I hit that number, I'm sitting there, whether I win, lose, that's it. Time to stop. Time to go. So don't break the bank and have the money reapers come get you. Now, gambling, it's not essential. You can have no argument if it's essential, not essential purchase. However, it's fun and it's entertainment, and I enjoy it. I really do. I love blackjack. I love playing the slot machines. I love different games out there. I gotta have a little poker sometime. Been a while. Been a long time. but it's important that you moderate your overall entertainment budget and spending. So it doesn't have to be gambling. It could be other forms of entertainment too. So, but gambling is a tough one for some folks. Some people have addictions to it, and I encourage you to get help. There's 800 numbers for that. Uh, if you have issues with that, because that could destroy a relationship, destroy your job. You you go into bankruptcy, and it just you have to be careful with this. It doesn't have to be a vice, because like I said, I enjoy it, but with moderation too. Okay, so just earmark a percentage of your budget every now and then. It's entertainment. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. Some people go to concerts, theater, stage plays, or sports, and so the same thing with those two. Just have an entertainment budget and stick to it. That's all. Now, last reaper. This one is most insidious. The small things matter. Oh yes. In fact, I'm going to do a presentation in a couple months. I've been invited to speak, and the small things matter. Yes, it does. Big impact on your wallet, your purse, your income, expenses. It's insidious because guess what? They're not large purchases. They're not cars, houses, which you would consider big and most important. They're not traveling to exotic locations on planet Earth, which you would assume is going to cost a lot of money, or jewelry, 5 diamond carats or something like that. You know it's going to cost a lot of money. But here's the insidiousness of the small things that matter. Like, just gotta have that coffee every day. Gotta go to my favorite coffee place, have that latte with that muffin. So right, ching ching, there's $10, $15 right there, probably 15. And if you get anything else, you're gonna be approaching $20 before you even get to your job, before you clock in. $20 is boom. 10 to 20, gone, just like that. That's Monday. Tuesday, gotta have my latte, have to get my stuff. It could be cigarettes, it could be whatever. Whatever. It could be cigarettes, it could be drinking, it could be whatever. I gotta get this, gotta get my soda, gotta get this. I deserve it. Work hard. I understand. You do. Wednesday. You repeat the cycle like Groundhog Day. Wake up the same day, gotta get that, gotta get this, gotta get that. 2020, ching, 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 ching. There's a cash register going on. Friday, that's minimum $50 to maybe $150. That's right, folks. Some people spend $300 to $500 a month just on soda, coffee, muffins, biscuits, bagels. Is there anything wrong? Absolutely not. Again, I do some of that too, but not every day. If you have goals, let's put this in a context. If you have hard, fast money goals that you're trying to reach and not take 20 years, you need to toughen up, woman up, man up, and lay off some of these daily rituals that you think are a necessity. It's important. If you have goals to buy that dream car or buy that house of yours, a second home, or to travel around the world, you want to not exhaust your resources and have the money reaper come at you and take whatever's left in your pocketbook. So, in the confines of those goals of that you want to accomplish within 1 year, which is short term, 2-3 years, midterm, 4 or 5, midterm, long term, 6 to 10 plus. It's important that you don't steal the future. You don't let that money reaper steal your financial future, or your kids and your legacy, your descendants. You don't want to sacrifice the future for just having fun every day. It's okay to have the balance. We need the balance. the B word, the balance and the budget. Remember that, the balance, the budget, the balance, the budget. So I hope the 10 Reapers here, you think about how you can live a more moderate, balanced life and enjoy yourself, because guess what? We don't live forever. We're not Methuselah. So it's important that you do take time out to have fun, go out with your family and friends, go out and do it. Just do it within the confines of a planned, pre-planned budget. That's all. And so you don't rob your future.